Winona Health is such an important asset for our community that it deserves and really needs the financial support of people in this community. I appreciate the generosity of people from past generations who really built Winona Health, supported it continuously since 1894, and I think it's important for every generation to follow the tradition of generosity that previous generations have established. Having good health care is really an important pillar underneath this community. That's the only way that we'll keep this going in our community, is with financial support from each and every generation.
The Winona Health Foundation is a tremendous and very important partner to Winona Health Services. One of its primary missions is to support the mission of Winona Health Services. All of the work that the Winona Health Foundation does serves our community, our family, friends, and our neighbors, and ultimately improving the health and well-being of this entire community. So their programming, which includes support for patients who don't have access to adequate funds to pay for health care, it's a significant partner in us achieving our mission as a local healthcare system.
So in 2018, my wife had an appendix surgery. We had a leftover bill with insurance of over $5,000. It had us apply for the patient care fund, and they actually ended up covering the bill 100%. I believe it's important because at some point in time, everybody needs help. It goes to a good cause.
So I have been a medical staff member since 2013, and almost immediately after I came to work here, I saw how much the foundation was doing for the patients that I personally care for, both in the hospital as well as in the clinic. The foundation supports not only the patients and the community members, but also the staff members who work here, and that you don't find that very often in an organization.
I had a patient who had a melanoma on the top of her head, and she lost a lot of her hair. Very self-conscious, was always wearing scarves and hats. And she came to me one day looking for help for a wig. And then when she realized, wigs are not cheap, and she decided not to get one, and I said, but we can help you with that. And we were able to help buy her a wig. In a smaller community that we are in versus the cities or even Rochester, it's nice to know that we can help people with just everyday living. It just says that we're here to help them and that the community is here to help them.
One of my favorite charities, I guess, if you will, is the Winona Health Foundation, because I think the breadth of what we can do with that foundation is really extensive. Every foundation serves a purpose. Our foundation, its purpose is to serve this organization so that we can extend our mission. And that's not just words. I mean, we really look for what are the actions we can take, where can we invest those funds.
One of the things that the foundation does is provide a way for people to continue to support the organization and the community long after they're gone. People can give funds and specify that those monies be spent in a certain way in perpetuity. I'd have to say it just feels good knowing that supporting the foundation helps other people.
I think generosity inspires people. I think neighbors helping neighbors creates a really strong community. I think that people who are in need, for example, for healthcare services, but are frightened to go in to receive care because they don't have funds to do that, find themselves in very vulnerable situations. And I think the overall health and well-being of this community really depends on foundations like the Winona Health Foundation to provide them reassurance that they have access to care. And I think it kind of goes back to neighbors helping neighbors, and I think that just is a building block of a strong community.